Yes, my dear students, let's continue with the three-tier judiciary system. This is very, very important topic from the case study point of view. So very important, we will do it in points. So district forum, first point, there are 654 district commissions in India. This is the first point you will write. Then second, the district forum consists of president and two other members, one of him should be a woman. One of whom should be a woman. So first is there are 644 district commissions in India. There means there are 644 districts in which there are district forums. Then second, there are 3 members, 1 president and 2 other members, one of whom should be a woman. Then third, they all are appointed by state government concerned. As I've already told you, district forum, they are all appointed by the state government concerned. Then fourth point, a complaint can be made to the appropriate district forum when the value of goods or services in question along with the compensation claim does not exceed rupees 20 lakhs. This is very important, that if the complaint of the goods is below 20 lakhs, then you can go in district forum. You cannot straight away go to state forum or you cannot go to national commission. If the value of the goods and compensation is less than 20 lakhs or up to 20 lakhs, then you have to go to district forum. So on receiving the complaint, the district forum shall refer the complaint to the party against whom the complaint is filed. If required, the goods or a sample thereof shall be sent for testing in a laboratory. The district forum shall pass an order after considering the test report from the laboratory and hearing to the party against whom the complaint is filed. So as soon as the complaint is launched in the district forum, the sample of goods will be sent for testing, and the district forum, after considering the test report from the laboratory and hearing to the party against whom the complaint is filed, and in case the party who has launched the complaint is not satisfied with the order of the district forum, he can appeal before the state commission within 30 days of the passing of the order. This is very important. Generally this point comes in case study, that suppose if I have filed a complaint with district forum and I am not happy with the decision of district forum, then within 30 days of passing of the order, I can file a complaint in the state commission. This is a very, very important point. You must underline this point, that if in case the aggrieved party is not satisfied with the order of district forum, he can appeal before the state commission within 30 days of the passing of the order, right? So this is very important. So I hope district forum is absolutely clear to you. Now we will move on to the state commission. There are 385 state commissions in India. This is the first point. Each state commission consists of president again and not less than 2 other members, one of whom should be a woman. This is the same as above. They are appointed by the state government concerned, again the same. A complaint can be made to the appropriate state commission when the value of goods or services in question along with compensation claim exceeds rupees 20 lakhs but does not exceed rupees 1 crore. So if the cost of goods along with compensation is between 20 lakhs to 1 crore, then you can go and file your grievance in the state commission. So see, in district forum up to 20 lakhs. Then in state commission from 20 lakhs to 1 crore. So the appeal against the order of a district forum can also be filed before the state commission. If somebody is not satisfied at district forum, then within 30 days of the passing of the order, that person can file a case, can file its grievance in the state commission. As I've already told you, on receiving the complaint, the state commission shall refer the complaint to the party against whom the complaint is filed. If required, the goods will be sent or a sample shall be sent for testing in laboratory. The state commission shall pass an order after considering the test report from the laboratory and hearing to the party against whom the complaint is filed. So in case the aggrieved party means the party who has launched the complaint is not satisfied with the order of the state commission, he can appeal before the national commission within 30 days of the passing of the order. So again, if the person is not satisfied with the order of State Commission, then within 30 days of the passing of the order, it can appeal to the National Commission. That is the third level. Okay, so first level is the District Forum, second is the State Commission, and third is the National Commission. Now we will move on to the National Commission. The National Commission has territorial jurisdiction over the whole country except the state of Jammu and Kashmir. So it covers the whole country except the state of Jammu and Kashmir. The National Commission consists of a president and at least 4 other members, one of whom should be a woman. So here we have president and 4 other members, one of which should be a woman. They are appointed by the central government. In District Forum and in State Commission, they are appointed by the state government. But in National Commission, these members are appointed by the central government. A complaint can be made to the National Commission when the value of goods or services in question, along with the compensation claim, exceeds rupees 1 crore. So see, for District Forum, it is up to 20 lakhs. For State Commission, it is between 20 lakhs to 1 crore. And for National Commission, it is above 1 crore. The appeal against the orders of a State Commission can also be filed before the National Commission. So if somebody is not satisfied with the appeal of the State Commission, then within 30 days of the passing of the order, it can file its complaint in the National Commission also, as I have already told you, right? So on receiving the complaint, the National Commission shall refer the complaint to the party against whom the complaint is filed. If required, same thing, the goods or sample thereof shall be sent for testing in a laboratory. The National Commission shall pass an order after considering the test report from the laboratory and hearing to the party against whom the complaint is filed. Now see, my dear children, National Commission, State Commission and District Forum, they move in the same way. First, they will talk to the party against whom the complaint is filed. If required, they will send the goods for testing or the sample for testing, and then they will again talk to the person against whom the report is filed, and then then they will pass an order. But if the order passed by National Commission in a matter of its original jurisdiction is appealable before the Supreme Court. Wait. So the National Commission shall pass an order after considering the test report from the laboratory and hearing to the party against whom the complaint is filed. And if the order is not appealable to the person who has filed an grievance in the National Commission, then it can move its case to the Supreme Court. This means that only those appeals where the value of goods and services in question along with the compensation claim exceeded rupees 1 crore and where the aggrieved party was not satisfied with the order of National Commission can be taken to Supreme Court of India. Moreover, in case decided by District Forum, the appeal can be filed before the State Commission, and thereafter the order of State Commission can be challenged before the National Commission and no further. Now, suppose a case is coming from District Forum. District Forum is not able to satisfy the aggrieved party, means the party who has launched the complaint, it will move on to the State Commission. If the State Commission is also not able to satisfy it, then it will move on to the National Commission, but not further. Okay, only the cases of National Commission means the cases of goods and services which exceeds the value of rupees 1 crore can move to the Supreme Court. So I hope this is absolutely clear to you. So this is the 3-tier judiciary system, and it is very important from the examination point of view. Now, reliefs available to the consumer. This is again a very important question, and 99% of the times this question also comes to in the examination. So what are the reliefs which are available to the consumers? First of all, to remove the defect in goods or deficiency in service. This is one of the relief. To replace the defective product with a new one free from any defect. Yes, if I am a consumer and I go and file a complaint under the Consumer Protection Act 1986, then what are the reliefs which are available to me? Either the defect in the goods will be removed, second, or the goods which for which I filed a complaint, that goods will be replaced. Then to refund the price paid for the product or the charges paid for the service, or I can be refunded, the money can be refunded. Suppose I have bought a fridge, a refrigerator, and after 15 days there is a fault comes in my refrigerator, a new refrigerator of 50,000 rupees. Now if I go and file a case in the Consumer Protection Act, so either that defect will be removed, first relief. Second relief, either that defect will be removed or my refrigerator will be replaced. Third, or I can get a refund of price paid for the product. Then fourth, to pay a reasonable amount of compensation for any loss or injury suffered by the consumer due to the negligence of the opposite party, or I can be paid a reasonable amount of compensation for any loss or injury suffered by the consumer due to the negligence of the opposite party. To pay punitive damages in appropriate circumstances, to discontinue the unfair restrictive trade practice and not to repeat it in the future, right? So these are the reliefs which are available to the consumers. Next, not to offer hazardous goods for sale. To withdraw the hazardous goods from sale, dangerous. Hazardous means dangerous for life. To cease manufacture of hazardous goods and to desist from offering hazardous services. To pay any amount not less than 5% of the value of defective goods or deficient services provided to be credited to the Consumer Welfare Fund or any other organization person to be utilized in the prescribed manner. To issue corrective advertisement to neutralize the effect of a misleading advertisement. To pay adequate costs to the appropriate party. So I hope these reliefs are absolutely clear to you. So these are the reliefs which are available to the consumer in case he files a case under Consumer Protection Act 1986. So I hope you have understood this chapter till here, and I hope that you will watch the video twice or thrice to understand the topic well. So have a wonderful and blissful day ahead.